Yeah. Whew. All right. Trying to get something out of my teeth. Just ate. Had a bunch of. I have 2 oranges I'm finishing. I had one I finished. I gotta finish another orange. And now, get this stuff out of my teeth so I look semi-professional. You know, when I do these things, I want to look semi-professional. What can I say? So, let me start off with my favorite thing. Hello, my name is Louis Porter Jr., and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. This is our Friday show. So we've changed the format a little bit for a lot of people who did not know. We've decided to make Friday a little bit more of our ask me some questions, find out what's going on. Yeah, I'm checking about a couple things. This is what happens when you're only doing like 2 things at once, which is for me is a surprise. So since it's Friday, we'll talk about fun stuff of always, and we'll ask some really, really weird questions, especially with the title today, you know. 6 to 9 cents a word for writers. Let's see where this is going to go, but I don't want to just jump in that just start. Of course, I want some people to get on, because, you know, we're going to get into it, of course. But I will mention, there's a Kickstarter that just started. God, I can see Mark's name. Hey, Kevin, now I got to tie my shoe. My shoe's coming undone. Louis. This is what I hate. If you did not know, my shoelaces are way too long for like anybody normal. So I'm constantly tying my shoes or tying them up. So I'm always driving me crazy that, and now I've stepped on one and one's longer. I don't care right now. So I'm not going to tie my shoe right now because I don't feel like doing it. But just another problem I'm dealing with. So 6 to 9 cents a word. Yeah. So, let's tell you about a Kickstarter. I think Mark's Kickstarter. I can't remember Mark's company name. Conflict Games. Mark at Conflict Games is having a Kickstarter where he's doing magic descriptions. He's built these like decks to basically describe what happens to you with certain spells like that. I think like that kind of thing. I love those kind of things. I think they're brilliant ideas from purely like a business standpoint, because they're incredibly useful. You know, if you're incredibly creative. Oh, look, my father's watching me. If you're incredibly creative, you can do incredibly creative stuff. And I think I love what he does, that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of that. It's really a smart idea. I wish I would have thought about it. I mean, you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to steal it eventually one day. But, so, I'll deal accordingly with it. But it's a great idea. I think it's great. He just started his Kickstarter. I think his goal, I keep thinking like it's 20,000, 25,000. I can't really remember. I know it was something reasonable. I'm debating about going to buy a pack. I'm like, do I need another thing to put on my stuff? But probably, you know me, I'm going to probably support him because he's a friend. Hey, Mark, I was just talking about you. That's hilarious. So Mark Matthew Scott. See, here's another problem that happens in the industry a lot of people don't want to talk about. You know so many people by their icons, and you forget like their full names unless you're like me, who keeps repeating my name constantly in that. So that's why the name of the company is Louis Porter Jr. Design. So you know, oh, that's right, that's me. So you won't forget. So yeah, Mark. So Mark's having the Kickstarter. You should definitely check it out. I thought it was great. I saw the pre-setup he did, which I thought was a smart idea. And once again, I said, smart idea. It's a good idea to steal. I'm not saying steal from him, like steal. I mean, steal for yourself. Think something you can do like that for yourself, for your company. But it's a good idea. Got to respect that. All right. So today's topic, since I'm really into it, today we're going to talk about money. And why we're talking about money is because I'm doing a Kickstarter in about, 6 weeks now. And I kept thinking, like, okay. I talked to my main guy and said, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to write this. And this is what we're looking to pay. And then I started thinking, okay, I want to draw some big names to this Kickstarter. And I thought, what's a good way to get some good names? I mean, you can go through the list of people. You can always write them and be like, hey, so-and-so, are you available for work? Da-da-da. And that happens a lot. That's very common in the industry that you'll ask somebody. Or sometimes you just know somebody. You're just like, hey, can you write this for me? Sure, no problem. But I want to write with some people that I don't know, that I usually don't approach. And I'm like, and I would be even kind of hesitant to approach them because I don't know them that well. And they don't know me. So I'm like, So what's the motivator? What's the real motivator to get people to write for you? And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, that's right. Money. Because real people who do this for a living, not like me. I said, I do it for fun. You know, like the Owen Casey Stevens, the Jason Bowmans. This is how they earn their money. This is how they feed themselves. So for them, they can't really work on, hey Iris, they can't really work on super cheap stuff. They got to work on stuff that actually makes like some reasonable amount of money. So, you know, the average that most people are pretty much, I guess, accepting, yes, cash money, yes. see, Wendell gave the real simple answer. Cash money always wins, which I agree also. So I basically said, let me just offer them more than I normally would. Because our range that we normally do for us at LPJ Design is between 1 cent to 3 cents. That's our standard range. That's we pay 95% of the people that work for us. It's, you know, it's that kind of simple. But I know, look, I'm a marketing guy. I know if I want to get interest in something, you say something outrageous, and then you back it up. So I'm thinking, hey, we'll just pay people between 6 cents to 9 cents a word. That's what we'll do. We'll have people write adventures for us, and we'll pay 6 to 9 cents a word. And if we accept your work, you'll get the money. If you don't, you don't. And to me, there's twofold effects to this. Effect number one. Well, now it puts us in a whole new level of like, okay, we're paying 6 to 9 cents a word. That's going to affect our bottom line. So whoever we pick to do this writing, he's got to be worth it. He's got to be able to generate, he or she, I said he, but he or she needs to generate that level of money for me to go back in my pocket, because that's important. And let's not kid anybody. If that isn't important, you're going to lose all your money and you'll go out of business. Or even worse, you'll take somebody's money on a Kickstarter and then never release it. I'm not going to mention any names of that because there's already well too many people who've already done that. Thankfully enough, knock on wood, I don't have to worry about that. So that's rule number one. And, you know, and I guess it also tells people what they're worth. You know, if I'm willing to pay you, hell, if I'm willing to pay you 8 cents a word, you must be worth something. Or at least in this small industry, it must be something decent, because 8 cents a word is a decent amount. Right now, people are like, well, that's not enough for a writer. I'm like, look, I'm a third-party publisher of a tabletop game. I'll be lucky if anybody, well, if you sold more than 5,000 copies, you'd be called a superstar. So anybody thinking that's not any kind of money, you know, 8 cents a word, you know, understand what you're doing here. You know, and that's like, and it happens a lot too. People who don't understand how this industry works want to input what they think this industry can do. Well, I know that the writers at Time are making 25 cents a word, and you're paying nothing near that. And I just look at them like, do I look like Time Magazine to you? I mean, if I do, that's pretty impressive. Thanks. I pulled off the greatest, you know, flim flam of the year. But I'm not Time. I'm Lewis Porter Jr. Like it says so right on the name of the company. On the name of my freaking Facebook thing. So it's like, I can't imagine people even thinking that I've got readily 25 cents a word to pay people. That's just not going to happen. Sorry. Not a multi-million-dollar company. Hell, I'm not even a multi-$100,000 company, all right? I am a multi-$10,000 company. But yeah, but I mean, I'm not making $99,000 a year for this company. No. If I did, I could quit my job and do other things. But that's not happening. That's why I still work at my job every day. So that's part one. Part two is really like, this goes down to that marketing 101. This is that really interesting marketing 101. I'm pushing a lot of buttons on my thing. So the second I put out there, I'm looking for somebody to write for 6 to 9 words for something I'm doing for a Kickstarter. That's going to get passed around. That's going to get passed around for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, that's a lot of money in the freelance space. Number two, a lot of people want to make that kind of money. They want to make that kind of money. That's a good money. That's good money. You can't beat that. Hold on, the man's got a blower. So you got all this stuff going on. People are going to start talking about that. Be like, oh, you know, if you're looking for a job, Lewis Porter says he's offering 6 to 9 cents per word for an adventure writer. Oh, word? People are going to go look at it and see what you're talking about. Yes, I'm using me offering the money as a marketing ploy to get more people to look at the thing that I'm doing. Is it going to work? Yes, of course it's going to work. Because, simply put, people want to make money. People who need money want to make money. And if you offer them a rate that's much higher than anything else, they'll be more inclined to say, oh, what's this? Even the other flipper side of this is that you've got people who usually are at that level Or like, oh, snap, I've never worked with that guy before. Oh, I've heard stuff about him. He's paying the rate that I like. Okay, well, maybe I'll be interested in talking to him. Maybe I'll go talk to him. Maybe I'll see what happens. And that's another way that you make like new friends, quote unquote, new friends in this business. I mean, really, it's not really new friends. You're really making it's potential people to work with. The up for me, the really upside for me is that you'll get more people looking at you who normally wouldn't look at you. And I don't mean just the regular freelancers and stuff like that. That's one thing. But you also get companies. Because it's a small industry, and everybody knows each other. But there are some of us that like are on the higher ends of this thing that don't always see the people at the bottom. They see something like that. Oh, what's that? Oh, what company is this? And that happens a lot. So a lot of times people don't realize that they could use, look at that poor little tree. People could use, hey Leonard, what's going on? People could use this. Gotta get a meeting at my, it happens, Kevin, it happens. I know those meetings at work are horrible. Thankfully enough, my boss has said, no meetings today, which I'm like, that's why I have a good boss. So, I think it's a great opportunity for people to really, using different things as your marketing. Because, I mean, most people market the same thing. Hey, I got a new product out. It's got this thing and this. Come by. That's marketing for some people. Give me a great example. Our marketing for us. We're doing a Kickstarter that doesn't start for another 6 weeks. I've been already talking this Kickstarter for at least a month already. I've been showing you images. I just got the write-ups yesterday of the main adventure and the last adventure. And I'm going to put that stuff together in an ad that I'm putting together to send this stuff out. So we got this stuff coming out. Oh, that reminds me. I can do that, can't I? Oh, I just realized something that was so stupid. I was like, oh, I can do this now. It's always good when you remember something important. So, it's getting that stuff ready to go now. So when everything's ready to go for real, you've already done all the hard lifting. Look, I'm going to keep talking about this product and project till I release it in 6 weeks. And even then, I'm going to talk about it even more so. But right now, I'm getting people interested saying, oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's doing those four-armed rhino men with those Scottish things. That builds interest. Oh, he's paying guys a ton of money to work on this project. Building interest. Oh, he's got all this cool artwork that I haven't seen before. That's new and hot. Building interest. That's all we're doing here is building interest. And the really cool part about it is this works out the way we plan. When we start releasing stuff for this, more and more people are going to be interested. They're going to be interested. They're going to be interested. Cool idea, cool project, cool release date. They get interested. Everybody walks away happy. It's a win-win. It is a win, absolute win. No problem. Hey, you all right? Little dog just got up with me. All right, bye. Go home. See, dogs love me. It's a really weird thing. Dogs love me. It's quite a weird thing. So, where was I? So there's great ways to use non-traditional sources to help you be creative. I think a lot of people don't think about how they can be creative. How do you fix a problem? How do you fix a problem when you have no money? You want people to see your product, but you don't have any money for advertising. What should you do? Well, first thing I would do is figure out when you want to release your products, okay? You want to release your products later, okay? Like that. We'll use my thing, for example, because it's easy and I can do the math, and it's more realistic when you see something like this. So, knew I was doing a Kickstarter probably. I knew in early spring we're going to be doing Kickstarter. Talked to my guys about it, pitched the ideas, got everything set, got that stuff mentally done. Bam. The thing I knew I needed to do first and foremost, develop covers. Well, okay. How much money can I spend on covers? Well, I got my budgets for covers. All right. Well, I don't have the money like right now, but I can, pay it off in a little bit at a time. So that's what you do. You plan like, okay, I need to get these 3 covers done. They're going to cost me XYZ. The thing's going to release, we'll say August, so that gives me like 6 months. So instead of it being like, I got to pay a big bundle of money for these covers up front, or something, you tell the person we're going to splice that over this many months. There's this percent, and you pay every little bit. The other cool thing about that, the way I usually pay my covers, a lot of people don't know this. I usually pay for my artists and my covers like that through the money I make in my affiliate program through RPG Now. That's why I'm always pushing RPG Now or Drive-Thru. A lot of people know, some people don't. You can get a 10%, like anything that sells, all right, someone goes to RPG Now, they go into my affiliate store, they buy a product from me for $10. I make 10% on top of what the product is. So if it's one of my products, it's a $10 product. RPG Now usually takes 35%. And I get $6.50 from them. That's my cut. But if I sell it to my affiliate, they give me 10% of the value back to me as a credit. So 10% of a $10 one is $1. That goes in this account. And for, I don't even know how many days it's in. I think 60 days, I can't touch it because they make sure, refunds or whatever, make sure the money is there, it's available. And then for 60 days, I can withdraw that $1. And I know you're saying, like, what does it matter? It's only $1. You're also thinking very small. If you do most of your stuff through your affiliate and press your affiliate, you can get hundreds of dollars through your affiliate just kind of by accident. It's a great way to do this. It's like, here you go. Here's some extra money through the affiliate. And that affiliate money, you wait, remember, 60 days. And I said I wasn't going to do this thing. I was doing it 6 months out. You'll have it in 4 months. So that's money you can have. And you can start working on that now. And you can turn that into a thread of money that comes to you on a regular basis. So that's what I did. I set it up that way. So at any given time, which is kind of funny, I'll tell you guys this isn't a big deal. At any given time, I have anywhere between like $250 to like $400 in my RPG Now affiliate account. And the money just comes to me, drip, drab, drip, drab. You wait a week or two, there's $30 in there that you can take out. Or you wait 2 or 3 weeks, it's $100. Or whatever it is, it's always in the account, it's always there. And the money's always like kind of there. So what I'll do usually is I'll save up time. I know I'm waiting for stuff. I'm going to do something. So, hey, I'll take the money that I would have spent on something stupid and useless, use the affiliate money from that to pay for my artist. I take it from that account, goes right to my PayPal account. I send it to my artist from my PayPal account. We're done. I don't even touch the money. It's just like it flows through. Now, remember, this is money that I made on selling products I'd be selling anyway. So think about that. That's what you should be thinking of. Think about other ways to make money on that. So, like I said, I don't have to work harder to make that money. It's just money while I market better. So that's it. We focus on doing that. The next thing we'll do, we'll start talking it up. We'll find whatever art we're going to use for it. If you've got maybe 1 or 2 pieces, or maybe just talk it up. Or make a good stock art piece, which I've done that before. And you talk it up. You make it a good ad. You put it up there and go, wham, this is what we're doing. Coming soon. You put coming soon on there. Because coming soon really means 6 months out. You put it up a couple times. You put it like 3 or 4 times up. And that first like month and a half to the 6 months you got to go. And just let it go that way. And then just don't mention it for like 2 or 3 more weeks. By then, you're roughly about 4 months, 3 months away from doing stuff. I'd say 4 months is more realistic. At the 4-month one, you start talking it up a little bit more. But then by then you've got some art. By then you've got some more stuff. By then you've got other stuff. You can pitch ideas to people who's like, hey, we're going to be doing this adventure. Here's the theme we're going to go with. So if anyone wants to be a writer or interested, come on by, come check it out. By this time period, you've also built the one-page web page that you're basically telling people, hey, you want to check this thing out? Check out our web page. And you send all your traffic to that page. That's your traffic page. So if anybody wants to check it out, see something new, that's where they go. And then you spend, the 3 months writing it, getting it ready. So when you do the Kickstarter, like mine in August, when the Kickstarter starts, well, you've done the big covers. You've done the big money. So, okay, that's paid for. That's already done. Check. If you're also really good, you have the money for the writer when he turns it in, which you want it to be like the week before the Kickstarter. So, the week before the Kickstarter, the stuff comes in, boom, you can lay out. Because maybe by then you have the cover art and that first section, or the first adventure, or at least maybe you give away the first encounter. You're like, hey, just in case you guys weren't sure if this is going to be any good, here's the first encounter. We laid it out for you, and you can check it out. The best part about this, you can lay out a prototype. It will not be a prototype, but it'll be definitely not the final version. You give them a good version. It's got clean art. And then you can always swap that art later. But she's like, oh, we got more art. We're going to swap this art out. You give them that first adventure. See if that interests them. If you want to do it really well, here's the pro plan. Here's the pro tip they usually don't tell you. You give away that encounter or prequel or whatever for free. It's easy, it's cheap. Well, not really cheap, but it's cheaper than having to do something crazy. You go to RPG Now, you give away for free, but you specifically give away for RPG Now. That's important. You'll see why in a second. In that actual thing, you actually have a link, and this is, you can drop this day one. I would say day one or pre-day one, whenever, depending on when you go. But usually this has to be done the first day you go live. You drop the free piece, you put it up there, you put a link in the back of the PDF that goes directly to your Kickstarter. So if they like this, support the Kickstarter. And tell them, look, this is live now, but this is ending this date. If you don't pick this up by this date, you're not going to be able to get it. You kind of push that way to them. Hey, Mike, what's going on? So that's what the focus is. You get them interested, you get them looking at stuff, and then you go, okay, great, support. Now, this is, I can talk about this. And this isn't a new thing, but something I never really thought about till a buddy of mine suggested. And this happens a lot. And I was like, why didn't I think of this? Because sometimes you don't remember and think about things, so they're important. So a buddy of mine was saying, hey, well, I saw this and said, hey, you know, they have a $1 level. They have a $1 funding level. I have a $1 level funding on anything I do. So I know it's about, hey, are people interested? They can put $1 down, support us. Maybe they wanted to pay for the whole thing, but $1 is $1. Well, they worked a different way, an angle, which I thought was, when I heard it, I was like, this is brilliant. The $1 isn't the $1 for them just to say thank you and stuff like that. Sometimes people don't have money for the thing that they want to support Kickstarter. I mean, that happens so often now, it's crazy. I mean, think about it. How many times you're like, oh, I'd love to support the Kickstarter. I just don't have the money right now. So what a lot of people are doing now is using BackerKit to support them doing cool stuff. So what I agree is a brilliant idea is you put a link saying, hey, for $1, not only do you support us with that $1, it tells you you're interested. That's true, but it also gives you the ability to upgrade when you go into BackerKit. Because you know when we go to BackerKit, we're gonna be limiting people, or maybe not even limiting. We're gonna be selling this on BackerKit, but it may not be the same price. So you, as someone who supported us at the beginning, you can get this from the original price that we had. So you know, let's say the thing was $20. $20. It'll be $1 now. Other 19 when it comes, you know, when they get the money, when it's available, even after Kickstarter's ended, and you'll still do pretty well. I mean, and that's the other part too. This backer thing with BackerKit. At first, I was like, I don't know if I want to do something like that. But everybody I talk to says the same thing to me, which is cool and disturbing. They're like, oh yeah, man, I did my Kickstarter. We raised X amount of dollars. So let's just say $20,000 off the top of my head. We did our BackerKit. We raised another $15,000. And I just think to myself, like, what? I'm like, yeah. And this didn't happen just once. It happened like a dozen times with people I talked to who's BackerKit. BackerKit apparently is the thing that so many people use to get extra money after the Kickstarter's ended. And I'm just like, how is it that people... and then it hit me. People want to support you, but they may not have the money to support you at the time. The cool thing about BackerKit is, hey, after this Kickstarter's ended, we've got all this cool stuff from BackerKit. You're good to go. What kind of awesome deal is that? An awesome deal. Plus, you might get more people on your Kickstarter. So your Kickstarter, while you may have had a goal of initially, let's say you had a goal of initially 10,000, you raised 20. And maybe you had like threshold goals all the way to 35. Well, you can use BackerKit to help you generate the additional amount. And even better, you can still say, okay, if we get X amount on BackerKit, or we get X amount of dollars on our BackerKit thing, and it reaches our total goal of reaching this, we're still going to do our threshold, which I think is brilliant. So you kind of hit like two birds with one stone, and you get the awesomeness of it, and you get the money from it. You know, I just tell you, there's lots of cool ways to market this thing. You know, there's lots of cool ways to do it. And, you know, like I said, putting 6 to 9 cents per word for writers is another way to market it. I think a lot of people just need to focus on thinking about ways at making things useful that you didn't think about. Or just look, do a little research. Go to Kickstarter, go to a lot of game Kickstarters and see stuff you can steal. One of the ideas that I saw years ago that works well for board games but not as well for tabletop, I thought was brilliant, you start out like with the okay, first threshold goal is reaching this goal. Second one is this one. Then when they got to the third threshold goal, they split the goal. They gave you an A track or B track. And the way the guy did this, what I thought was really so cool. I'm gonna go around them and finish. What I thought was so cool was he was like, okay, if you want to get stuff from the 8-track, so like the 8-track would be like, you get 2 extra dice, and you get 2 extra picks, you get 2 special cards, and the B-track would be, you get something another unique thing. So he gives you an option, because you had to kind of force yourself to pick, which one do I want to do? He'd have a voting system that only lasts like 2 or 3 days, so it was very quick. And whoever voted up, boom, that's the one we went with. And then they keep doing that. And like threshold. So it's like you give the people supporting you choices to see what they want threshold-wise as a goal. And I thought that was brilliant. I think the same thing could be done with RPGs, but I think it's going to be tougher to do with RPGs. But someone's going to figure it out. I don't know if it's me. I might figure it out. You never know. But if I don't, it's just a great idea. Great idea to think about, something you can toss up there. But once again, I found this out because I read a couple books on Kickstarter, and I picked up some people's Kickstarters and looking through them like, okay, what are they doing? What's the cool thing they're doing? What are they doing? Gotta research it. This all ties in together. A lot of people are going to see this 6 to 9 cents and be curious. And that alone is going to make me some money. Them being curious is going to make me money. Isn't that interesting? People's curiosity is going to help fund what we're going to do with the Kickstarter. So think how you can do the same thing to be inventive and do something that might be incredibly helpful to somebody. Because it's like I said, somebody's going to get themselves, I'm going to be honest, between 6 and 9, probably like 8 cents a word from me, which is incredibly high for me. Someone's going to get that. I don't know who the person is, but someone's going to make that money waiting to write for me. Well, not really waiting to write, but writing for me. So the question you got to ask yourself, and like I said, people are going to talk about it. Did you hear about Lewis Porter? He says he's going to give 6 to 9. People are going to pass it around. And they're going to do my marketing for me. Just an added plus. Ooh. Man, it is so hot today. It is crazy. So that's about it. Yeah, man. So I think that's a good idea. I think that it will work out well. And most importantly, okay, I tried to lock my door. That's weird. My door is usually unlocked. Okay, that was weird. And most importantly, this is something that you can use to help yourself out. And if you plan your Kickstarter correctly, adding in sections where people can get paid 8 cents a word isn't a big deal. It's part of your threshold goal. And that's it. All right, I'm done. I'm going to finish my orange, finish my drink, and sit and relax. Thank you so much for watching today. Monday will be business stuff. I didn't even call anybody today. Sorry I didn't call. Hey, Lee, what's going on? So you're running a Kickstarter to pay someone 90 cents. No, I'm running a Kickstarter. We've already run the adventures. This is the threshold stuff. If you're going to do some cool threshold stuff, we're going to find some writers we think would be kind of cool to get paid 6 to 9 cents to. David Jarvis just asked that. Y'all were wondering. Hey, Lee, what's going on? Lee Hammock, world famous Lee Hammock. If you did not know, Lee is a video game guy. He's high level now. He used to be a tabletop guy. Now he's super high level. What can I say? I'm mocking him as I eat my orange. So horrible. All right, you all have a good weekend. You all have a great time. I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you all on Monday. We'll talk probably some more business stuff, or maybe I'll just call someone at random and see what happens. I still want to do that. I think that'd be kind of cool. All right, I'll talk to you all later.